Hi everyone. So we are going to be working on our guided practice. I want you to pause the video when you see the questions, solve the problem, then hit play and check your answers. If you get more than 2 wrong, please email me and talk to me about what you're doing or show me your work. Okay, we are talking about how to find the slope and the y-intercept of a table and applying it. So when I look at this question here, it says a mountain bike rider travels 10 miles on the state park bike trail. The graph describes the biker's movement along the trail. At what rate did the bike rider travel along the trail? So I am looking for slope. That means the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to need to enter in some points. And when I enter in some points, I need to find some X and Y points on this line. And I want to make sure that where I find those points are intersections. And if I'm looking at this line, that's not quite on that intersection. Not quite on the intersection. Here's a point that's exactly on the intersection. That means my X is 2. I'm looking for L1 and L2. My X is 2. And my Y, these are going by 10. So that means this number here is going to be 40. So I have 2 and 40. Then I need to look for my next point. That's not quite an intersection. Not quite, not quite, not quite. Here's a point here, and that's at 4. And 4 and 50. Okay. That's not 40. That's going to be 25. So see, getting the points right are very important. Okay. So now I need to enter these points so that they look the same. 2, enter, 4, enter, go over. I have 25. Ooh, that's too much. 25 and 50. All right, so I've got my points entered. They look like this, 2 and 4, 25 and 50. Now I do stat, move my arrow over to calc, 4, enter, 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 enter. And I get my M, or my slope, is 12.5. That's my rate. And my y-intercept is at 0. See, it crosses this y-axis at 0. So my rate is 12.5 miles, because here's miles, per hour. 12.5 miles per hour. Problem 2. Where would the graph of the line representing the relationship in the table intersect the y-axis? So we're looking for the y-intercept, or the B. So pause it. Now, if we are looking at intercepts, this is going to be my intercept. My X is going to be 0. My Y is going to be 22. If you want to double check this work, enter 2 points into the calculator and double check your work. So stat 1, I'm going to toggle over. 0 and 1 are the numbers that I'm going to put into the calculator. You must hit enter to get it to go over. And then 22 and 23.5. Hit enter, stat, calc, go over, or enter, 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 enter. My y-intercept is at 22. So my answer is J. What is the y-intercept represented by the graph? So we're going to pause for a minute, think about the answer, and come back. I hope you pause. I am looking for where this line crosses the y-intercept. And I do believe this is going to be the number 1. So I think it's going to be C. But let me put some points into the calculator and double check. Here it doesn't cross at an intersection, not an intersection, not an intersection. Here's an intersection here. So we have 4 and 11. 4 and 11. And then this would be 0 and 1. So stat, enter, 0x, 4, and 1, and 11. Now, Ms. Harrell, you didn't put those in exactly. No, I didn't. but my 4 is still side by side with my 11, and my 0 is still side by side with my 1. So I'm going to go to stat, move over to calculate, 4, enter, 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 enter. Yep, my y-intercept is at this one point. I think this is our last one. Yep. Under normal conditions, how many revolutions does a motor spin per minute? Per minute. That means I'm going to be looking for my slope. I have my x values and my y values, and I just need to enter these 2 points into the calculator just as I see them, so that my table looks like this. So stats, I'm going to enter for calculate. I'm going to put these numbers in, 1 and 3. Then I toggle over to my y values, 1750, hit enter to go down, 5250, hit enter. Do they look the same? They do. Stat, over to calculate, the number 4, enter, 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 enter. And my rate is 1750. And I see that my M, Y is 0, 1750. The answer is C. So how'd you do? I hope you are understanding and getting this a little bit better.